Without further ado, I present to you this year's Harold T. Fryer Award winner, John Kessel.
Can you get him? Yes. To be calm when you found something going on. But take your time, think a lot. I think of everything you've got. You will still be here tomorrow.
So before we present John with his Fryer Award and induction into USA Volleyball, let's turn our attention. Did we already finish that with the screen? Are we good? We good to give it? Okay, John, it's all yours.
I thought there was like a video.
The screen. We're going to watch the video,
Okay.
and then we'll have you speak to us.
John Kessel has placed footprints all over the sport of volleyball in all three disciplines, indoor, beach, and sitting, to the point that his impact has reached around the world. John started coaching collegiate volleyball in 1971 at his alma mater, Colorado College, and has shared his love for the game ever since. Over his career, his main goal has been to help all coaches become more efficient, effective, positive, and creative, no matter what level, from the elementary school level to national team programs, while having fun and always learning in the process. Since 1985, John has served as USA Volleyball's Director of Sport Development. His many successes at USA Volleyball include directing the Volley Van program, with 4 years of daily clinics in the lower 48 states. He created the Sport Kit DVD, a startup program in a box kit that now resides on the USA Volleyball website. John has been instrumental in the Leave a Ball Behind program, which has gifted thousands of lightly used volleyballs to programs such as Starlings USA and Norseca Nations. John helped spearhead the USAV Men's Collegiate Grant Program that doubled the number of NCAA Division III men's volleyball varsity teams from 50 to 100 teams. And that growth triggered the creation of the NCAA Men's Division III National Championship. He has helped many United States Olympic Committee member sports organizations, such as the National Federation of State High School Associations, YMCA and YWCA, National Police Athletic League, and Boys and Girls Clubs of America, to implement volleyball programming for youth in concert with the USAV regions. John, a USA Volleyball Coaching Accreditation Program, CAP Level 5 cadre member, has conducted thousands of seminars and clinics in all 50 United States and in over 60 nations. He has penned over a half dozen USAV books, including the Impact Coaching Manual, the Junior Volleyball Program Guide, the Coach's Encyclopedia, the Coach's Guide to Beginning Volleyball Programs, and Mini Volley for Youth. John has been a highly sought-after speaker, not just in volleyball, but also for other national governing bodies such as USA Hockey, USA Swimming, and USA Shooting, in addition to other pro sports such as baseball, football, and basketball teams. From 1987 to 1991, John served as the tournament director for the USA Volleyball Junior National Championships. He began the U.S. Junior Beach Volleyball Championships in 1993, directing the event until 2000. John has put his stamp on the international realm as well. He has been an FIVB Level 4 instructor since 1986 and secretary of the Norseca Technical and Coaches Commission from 2000 to 2016. He is currently the secretary for Norseca's Development Commission and was the FIVB's Technical Commission secretary for nearly a decade. In the Paralympic world, John has been the director of development and a board member for World Paravolley since 2012. He served as a jury member at the 2012 and 2016 Paralympic Games and the 2014 and 2018 Paravolley World Championships. John served as the producer for the 1996 Olympic Games indoor volleyball competition, as well as the 1996 Paralympic Games for sitting and standing volleyball. He was the team leader for the 2000 Sydney Olympic Games beach teams that netted a gold medal and 3 fifth-place finishes. Among his honors, John was inducted into the American Volleyball Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 2013. In 1995, Volleyball Magazine named him as one of the 50 most influential people in volleyball over the first 100 years of the sport. For his 5 decades of volleyball development, we are proud to bestow upon John Kessel our highest award, the Harold T. Friermuth Frier Award.
I hope I can make it through this thing. You know, they say we we stand on the shoulders of giants, and it's kind of interesting to hear Steph speak about the 1973 Duluth Nationals. That was my first national championships. Those of us that remember, it was a double-E limb, and so my Pikes Peak Y team flew in and doubled out, and we spent, I don't know, spent the rest of the day exploring Minneapolis. I played with Pete Hansen and Jim Stone in 1977 on a Banco mortgage team where the sponsor promised all this great money, and we ended up having to pay for everything we did because the sponsor came through not one penny. And, you know, that's the old days. You know, I played in a St. Patrick's Day tournament that started at 8 a.m. in the Rocky Mountain region, which, because of people like Fran Zellenkopf and Becky Howard, started at 8. And we finished at 5 a.m. the next Sunday. And that was because of Side Out, you know. It's just amazing to see how far this has come. And I have to, you know, there's people here, Dale Hoffman, who in 1992, the guy said, as president of the California Beach Volleyball, let's do juniors, and we just merged. And my memory of that is that 76, Unical was the sponsor, and they had balls. So every single kid in that first Junior Olympic Beach Volleyball Championship got a cool ball that was orange with a 76 on it. And, you know, I still wish I had one of those. But I do have some IVA balls from when I was with the Denver Comets, and a chance to play over in Italy and experience that kind of pro stuff. And my son, who's here, is doing the same thing in Germany now. My daughter is doing amazing things over at the University of Colorado in Boulder to get her PhD master's in speech path. And then my stepkids like Dan and EC's coaching at Air Force Academy, volleyball, of course, all 5 foot tall of her, which is pretty cool. She just said 5'2", for those of you that missed that. But to the family, to Lily, to the volleyball family that's here, you know, I say thanks to every one of you for all you've done for our sport. How many of you here coach volleyball? Would you just raise your hand if you coach volleyball? Yeah, you guys failed. Pete, did they pick up the Woody thing? I don't think so. You coach people, you don't coach volleyball. And for those of you that do clinics, you give them a volleyball. This one stays in my office. You know, the nice thing about knowing you're getting hit up by this thing is you can bring props. So I bring 2 props. One is my first book in 1970 when I first began coaching. Wilbur Peck, another USA Volleyball Friar, I believe, an amazing person, president for sure of USA Volleyball. This book says that I learned in 1970 the whole game from, there's that damn word again, drills to strategy, backyard to Olympic court, the techniques of, notice how we had to say it back then, the techniques of power volleyball by a man who has developed champions. And so, thanks to Will, I started coaching pretty early at Colorado College. In my office, if I'm there, great. If not, please come in and hang out with a bunch of really weird stuff. But this is my favorite thing in my office, I think, other than the pictures of family and, you know, kids. And This is a ball from Africa made out of banana leaves so that you could play, because they don't have balls to play with, so they make them. And it just reminds me, I'll just throw it out to you, that Molten has made a big difference with their first touch balls and the things that they're creating. And, it's just so many things that we're seeing in synergy. My wife and I have a very special place up in the mountains that I'll be moving away to, called Bison Peak Lodge, probably after the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics. I'll be doing jury in the Paralympics there. And I invite all of you to come up and visit us, because it's a pretty special place. Finally, Latin is a favorite ancient, dead language for me. So I'd like to mention a few words just to get you out of here and think about what we do. The first is ancora imparo. The guy that taught me that by a story is nobody you may have heard of, Michelangelo. He was laying on his back at the age of 87 painting, and he said ancora imparo, which actually is not Latin, it's Italian, and Italian for still learning. So I challenge each of you, if some guy that's 87 is still learning, on behalf of Bertha Lucas and Fran Zellenkoff and some of our amazing people that are still out there helping us grow the sport, I hope that you keep learning. The next one is on a hat that I have in my office. It's orange, and it says no candy asses on it, and it says Fac Diem Mime. And it's orange, and it's got a T for Tennessee. Does anybody know who I got that cap from? Any idea? Fac Diem Mime, Make My Day, from Clint Eastwood. So think about that. Primum non nocere is the Hippocratic Oath. First, do no harm. And I find that to be very inspiring when you work with kids, that's what we want to be doing. In closing, you heard about friends and family. For me, the Chinese proverb, and I was lucky enough to have Long Ping live with me for several years as part of this amazing process of seeing her win a gold medal in Rio. Her proverb in Chinese was, winning and losing are temporary, but friendships last forever. That's this group. And finally, I challenge you, the way I did after I got this ABCA gig, Hall of Fame thing that was kind of cool, to never be a child's last coach. My record, Hanson, is 10,322 and 35. I have 35 kids that have quit volleyball after I coached them. I don't care whether you're 0 and 100 in your season. If every kid plays after you help them, you are an amazing coach and person. Thank you very much.